Hi guys! Okay, so a whole bunch of people were asking me to make a video about my Green Day concert experience and about meeting them, so I guess I'm gonna do that. I got tickets to their comeback show in Pomona at the Fox Theater. It was actually Sunday, March 10th. So I got the tickets like 10 days before. I can't talk. And I had a countdown and everything, and it was super fun. So I went, and we got there like 5 hours before, because in order to get a good spot in the pit, you needed to be there really early. So we went 5 hours early, and we met these people in line, and they were so nice, and I love them, and I still talk to them sometimes. And so they held our spot in line while we went to go get Subway, because we were really hungry. So we went to get Subway, and we come back. We're eating our Subway, and we get thirsty, and so we want to go to Starbucks. So they save our spot again, and while we're walking to Starbucks, we see tour buses pull up, and everyone starts screaming. So, of course, you know, it's Green Day. So Billy got out first, and he waved to us and said hi, and he was really quiet. But he was shy. He's really shy in person. On stage, you don't see that, but he's shy in person. And he shook this girl's hand that was right next to me, and she was freaking out, and I was so happy for her. And Mike came out really fast. He didn't really say hi or anything or shake anyone's hand. And then Trey came out, and he shook my hand. And I was crying right away. It was, at that time, it was the greatest moment in my life. Like, I even thought, if I don't even meet Green Day, it's totally fine, because Trey Cool just touched my hand. Not only did I know, I would be meeting them later on in the night. So, and then after that, we went to Starbucks, and we got our Starbucks, and it was all good. And I told everyone when I got back in line, you guys should have gone to Starbucks with us, because I totally just saw Trey Cool, and he totally just touched my hand. After like 5 hours of waiting, they finally let us into the theater. I got pretty close to the stage. I was like on the side, so I was right in front of Mike the whole time. There was like 2 people in front of me, so either way, it was pretty close. It wasn't that big of a theater either. The pit was really small, and then no matter what seat you got, there were 2 levels. No matter what seat you got, it was great view, because it was just such a small antique theater, and it was just so cute. So that was really cool. So the opening band came on at like 8 and played till 8:30. I think they were the Stitches, and no one really liked them. It was really sad, because no one cared. So the way it was set up was, here was the audience, of course, and then the stage was right in front of them. All of their equipment is on the stage, and then to the very side of the stage there's stairs. And so if you were to go up the stairs, there's like a balcony that you can see. And so we could see Green Day up there. Like, if I were standing right here, Green Day would be right up there, and they were watching the crowd and stuff. And it was really sad, because they were seeing this crowd that just didn't care, because no one was hyped up for the band that was on. So it was really sad, because I didn't want them to think that they were going to go on stage to a crowd that just didn't care. But when Green Day came on, like the whole place lit up. They played until like 8:30, and then there was like an intermission, and then Green Day came on at 9. Trey came on first, of course, and then Mike, and then Billy. So they started playing, and the whole place was like crazy, because Billy was finally back, and it was a reality, and it was really cool, and everyone was super happy for him. People were asking me if he talked about his rehab. Not really. He didn't talk about it, but he did talk about how he's still alive. Like in Boulevard of Broken Dreams, he changed the lyrics to, "Oh my God, I'm still alive." And he just made a lot of hints here and there that he could have died from that, but he didn't. And so that was really cool, and everyone cried. Everyone cried. There was even a point in the concert where Billy sat down and started to cry, and he sat down and put his hands to his head and just started to cry. It was so sad. And of course, everyone had to cry with him, so we did. And then there was a part of the concert where he asked people if they wanted to go on stage, and I knew that no matter what, I was going to find a way to go on stage. I had to push people, elbow people, but he called some people on stage, and I got up there. So, the good part. When I first got on stage, I went to Trey, and I told him I loved him, and he kind of smiled and stuff. I couldn't hug him because he was behind the drum set, but I already got a handshake from him, so I was all good with that. And then I went to Mike and I gave him a big hug, which of course you saw the picture, and I totally invaded his personal space, but it was so worth it. And then this guy picked up Billy and had him on his shoulders, and me and Billy totally made eye contact. I have a picture of that too. And it was so cool. Billy got off, and then I went to talk to him, and I told him I was really happy that he was okay, and I told him I was praying for him and stuff, and I gave him a hug. And so that was awesome. Then he got everyone together and told them to stage dive into the crowd, so I did that. When I was done, I got out of the crowd and I went back to my mom, and she was in shock. I was in shock too. Like, I couldn't believe that I just went on stage with Green Day and talked to all of them. So they went on for like another hour, and I was crying the whole time. There was a part of the concert where I couldn't breathe. Like, it scared me because I stopped breathing. I was crying that hard. Like, I'm sure you've cried so hard that you just get so choked up and you just can't even, basically you cannot even function. And that's how I was. It was scary but so sad. And Mike saw me crying and he gave me a face and he was like that. But it was really cool. Trey's hilarious. He made faces at people the whole entire time. So yeah, and then they finished the concert with Jesus of Suburbia, the best song ever. And then after that, me and a few other people who knew where their tour buses were, we went to the back and waited for them to come out. So that was cool, but we waited for like an hour. First, Adrian and Brittany came out, and Adrian was holding Ryan and Brittany was holding Brixton or something. And I guess there was something, they were trying to go into Mike's tour bus, and there was something wrong with the door, so every time they would open the door, the alarm would go off, and it would be super, super loud. So they couldn't go in until they got that fixed. So they had nothing else to do but just stand outside and wait, and so I told them they were very pretty and stuff, and they are so sweet, and they are so gorgeous, so it was really cool. That was, oh my god, I'm gonna start crying talking about it, that's crazy. Okay, sorry, I sound ridiculous. Okay, so Brittany went on Mike's tour bus after they got that all worked out, and then Adrian left in a big black Suburban all by herself. So she must have been going home because Billy was going to Texas the next day, and I'm guessing she wasn't going with him, or they would have probably left together. So Trey didn't really come out. Trey kind of just disappeared off the face of the earth because that's Trey. Trey's crazy. And we waited a whole other hour, and I was about to leave, and I was like, is it even worth it? Like, it was at least midnight. I had to go to school the next day. I had to wake up at 6, and it was already midnight. I knew I wasn't going to get sleep that night anyway, but I figured it was worth it, and my mom was cool with us staying. So we stayed another hour, and finally Billy came out, and he came to, like, sign all of our stuff, and everyone was crazy, and I was crying, and I couldn't stop shaking, because I was meeting Billy again the same night. So, I told him I loved him, and he said he loved me back, and he blew kisses at me, and I got my phone case signed, and that was super cool. So, and then after that he left. He was wearing that one jacket that he always wears. It's like, it has like a patch right here, and then it has X's on the back. Super cool. So, oh my god, my hair. Yeah, so that was that concert experience. I'm actually wearing my concert shirt. And then, after I met him, I went home. I didn't get home until like 2:30, and I woke up everyone just to tell them what happened. It was crazy because when I was done, I called my dad and I was like, I went on stage with Green Day. I met Green Day. And he doesn't even like Green Day that much, but he was in shock, and everyone was in shock, and I posted on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and apparently everyone was in shock, and I was in shock also, because I just could not believe that just happened to me. Then that wasn't the only Green Day concert I went to. I also went to the one in Los Angeles, at the Los Angeles Sports Arena on April 18th. And I didn't have pit tickets, but I was still at a decent area in the arena. So, I mean, there was no way for me to get on stage that time, but really cool. It's so cool because Billy is great in crowd participation. He's so great at getting the crowd involved, and it's just like, it's amazing how well of a band, Green Day is and how well they can perform live. And when Billy messes up, it's the cutest thing ever. Like, he plays it off so well. So yeah, people were asking me for this video. I mean, you can comment if you want to, subscribe if you want to, give me video topics if you want to. I think you should. Okay, I'm going to go. Comment on my Instagram or anything if you have any other questions about Billy or what he did or my experience. Okay, bye.